Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. Sorry, I've just hoovered my dinner, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm on YouTube and I know everyone else is streaming, so the 127 people that are here right now, you are absolute heroes, every single one of you. Love you guys. Cheers to you and cheers to what is going to be an absolutely epic game of football. Samuel, I see you. James, I'm shaking, he says. Get your predictions in here. Do you know what I've got? I've got all my notes from the live that we did yesterday talking about the preview to this game. And it's interesting to go back through it and have a little look and see what the situation is here. Don't worry about the time up there. I'm just leaving it on there just for when we do actually get to it. Joseph H. James, I'm terrified. Help me. Do you know what, actually, we can chill on lineups for a second. I need to talk to you guys and make sure you're okay. This is absolutely enormous, this game of football. Absolutely enormous. For me, it's a must not lose. I think that's the big thing here. Must not lose. Draw, and look, the pressure is all on Man City then. I know there's the bottling tag, but I think you can stay in that sort of underdog space and kind of live there if you're Arsenal. I can't see it happening. I can't see Man City not winning this game of football. I just can't. Time will tell. But I just can't see it, if I'm honest. What I would say, Kyle Walker, Pep Guardiola, he's done it again, a dirty little overthinker. Not overthinker. We thought he might have a little go at it. I did wonder. I thought we were overthinking. But no, here they are. Here is the starting lineup for this absolutely gargantuan game of football. Wow, we were. We've got ourselves a Kyle Walker at right back, quite possibly. What's going to be interesting to see John Stones and his role. How involved is he going to get in terms of moving into that midfield space, or will they look to have that little bit of protection? Because I think the thing to say about them is that they don't, look, they've been playing this 3-2-5, and everyone's been talking about this Kyle Walker statement that Guardiola said. And it felt a bit too forward, didn't it? It felt a little bit too forward. And obviously it was all a slight ruse probably to get him in the team for this one and put them off the scent. I'm intrigued by that. I don't think it's the worst thing for Arsenal. I don't think it makes a ginormous amount of difference. I think on that right-hand side with Bukayo Saka and Akanji, that's a huge area of the pitch for sure. Can you hurt that side with Jack Grealish, who's probably not as good defensively as Bernardo Silva? We said Bernardo Silva needed to play this game. He starts this game. Maybe let's go to the tactics board because this will be different here. I probably got this completely wrong because, this is from yesterday's preview. We can get rid of all these little markings here. Oh, it's dangerous. It's worked out. So Kyle Walker comes in. Kanji moves over to that left-hand side. Ake, of course, was injured. Xhaka plays, people. Xhaka plays. That's right. Don't worry about the timer, by the way. JJ Bull the Bullard. Yeah, do you know what? I had it written down, and I watched that video just before. So I am in no way saying I'm as good as JJ the Bull Bullard, because he is an absolute savant. But it was there. The overthink shout was there. Xhaka red card guaranteed. Hang on, let's make sure we've got this right. They've gone with what we thought they would. Apart from that, it is Zinchenko, isn't it? Let me just make sure. Yeah. So pretty much what we expected from Arsenal, I think. I think most people would have guessed that. And I think he's made the right call there. Because I think if he changes too much, you lose that continuity and that quality that you would have on the ball. Because it's going to be difficult to keep a hold of the ball. Yeah, you got to love JJ Ball. Very, very good what he does. But for Man City, that little tweak of Kyle Walker, that is obviously to deal with... Hang on, what number is he again? Yeah, number 2. That's to deal with that pace, isn't it? It's to deal with the pace of Martinelli and to deal with the possible overload on that side as well. So he can concentrate on him and they can look to win the game elsewhere, which I think is absolutely fine. It'll be interesting to see how he links up with Bernardo. I think what you might see from him here is exactly what we're seeing here, which is you might see this idea that it's more like England, when Walker plays for England. It might be more of that. I think that's what it is. How long have we got left? This game's huge. Huge. 8 minutes till kickoff. Who are the key players for you guys in this one? What else did I have for the preview? We're talking about Xhaka. We're talking about Ake. Ake doesn't start this game. Akanji moves over to that left-hand side. Control being a big part of the game for me. I'm going to be intrigued to see who gets that control at the start of the game. Will Arsenal hand that control to them as well? Grealish and Silva are going to play nice and wide. Arsenal, first 5-10 minutes, are they going to push on? Are they going to lock on or not? That is an interesting one for me. People. What a game. I just realised I've got Ramsdale's name wrong on here. Will Partey get overrun? Am I right? Oh, my word. Holding versus Haaland. Joseph, great shout. If you're an Arsenal fan, in the chat right now, good God, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Neutrals, I love you guys as well. Thanks for spending a bit of time with me. If you are new to the channel and haven't hit subscribe, then consider doing it. That'll be lovely. We're going to be doing our the ultimate squad builder, which we haven't done for a year. I always save it for around this time of the year. So we're going to be doing that very soon. We're going to do that live as well, so that'll be fun. But if you're an Arsenal fan, just let me know in the chat who you are, because I'm intrigued to know. Akil Shah is Arsenal. Isaac is in that neutral gang. I think what we might need to do as well is we'll understand the bias, because Arsenal, there'll be an emotion in it. But I think when you're writing comments, actually, if you can, when you're writing comments, write who your team is. Because I think it's worth putting, because even neutrals, like, it's interesting, isn't it, Man City? Because if you're Man United, you probably are actually somehow a neutral. The Arsenal fans are here. Tom, I know you support Everton. Newcastle. Right. Just a couple of minutes left. Holding versus Haaland, massive battle. I think there's huge battles all over the pitch. There's going to be a couple of moments that will make the difference here. Do they have enough quality? Also, KDB and Bernardo Silva, how they're going to interchange. That'll be interesting. KDB, in terms of his average positions, always really, really interesting. And we will be able to look at all of it. We're going to keep breaking down the game throughout. And what a game it is. Absolutely massive. Right, get your predictions in. Not long now. 3-3, we've got Rogue Reviews. Because if you call it now, then it'll be heard, obviously, on the stream. Kept in the analogues. Analogues? Annuals of time. Patrick Van Strocken, not Stratton. He is definitely Arsenal, and he's definitely nervous, I would imagine. 2-0 City. 5-2 City, says Jacob Stringer. Woo! Got me going there. I'm going to go with I keep drifting between 3-1 and 3-0 to Man City. I just think they're going to have a little bit too much. I'm going to go 3-1 City. Arsenal should still be able to hurt them. They do score goals. Martinelli is in fine form, and they've got quality to come off the bench as well. I just can't see them not conceding. I can't see KDB not getting an assist. I just can't. Also, you've got someone like Mahrez to come on. You could change the game. You could put Bernardo Silva anywhere on the pitch. He's going to be world class. WH says 3-1 City. Lots of 3-1 Cities, I think. 3-2 Arsenal with Xhaka scoring the winner. I would love to see that. Oh. Here we go. You can hear the crowd, despite what a lot of people talk about. Be interesting to see John Stones' role in this game is going to be absolutely crucial as well. It's where the overloads are. That's where I'm intrigued to see, and how Arsenal squeeze the pitch. That's a big one. Some great hair on display. What on the pitch? I mean, Jack Grealish, Haaland, really? Jack Grealish is a gorgeous man, though. Of that, we're sure, as Jim White would say. What I will say. Have we got any Man City fans as well, by the way? Man City fans, let me know right in the chat. James, you think City take a point here? I don't think Pep thinks like that, Sam. Good question, though. But I think it's worth the starting... What's the smart thing to do here? The smart thing to do is to go, we're Man City. We score goals. We've got a guy who's got 32 and 28. Let's just not concede and go from there. That's what I would say. I think that should be the mindset. Here they come. Oliver's the referee. And of course, we all know about the conspiracy theories with Oliver and... I don't know. Conspiracy theories bore me. I'm very excited. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Can we get the timer right? That's what I'm buzzing about. I'm going to try my best. But what I'm not going to do is put the score up because then I forget and I've got to change it. Blah, 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 blah. James Revell, loving the ripple effect. My God. Mate, I'm starting to get super, super proud of it now. I think we've got something here. Lucas Paquetá with the goal. Could go to it. Could click replay, but I'm probably not going to. I'm going to stay here. We're all City, aren't we? That's a good point. I did say, because when I asked, is anyone City here? N. Seligson, Al Barbs, not many of you guys. Arsenal crew dominating the chat. So here are the lineups. Edison, Carl Walker, Ruben Dias, Akanji, John Stones, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. Where will he play? Where will he pop up? Ilkay Gundogan's the captain. Be wary of, be ready to see him utilise the width of the pitch with a great little pass to Jack Grealish. He's done it time and again. Did against Liverpool. Did against Arsenal earlier in the season. I would not be surprised if he pops up either with a goal or with an assist for Grealish. Arsenal, Ramsdale, Ben White, Holding, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Partey, Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus starts, Trossard doesn't start. He hasn't started the last 3 games. They haven't won the last 3 games. But Trossard off the bench seems to be the answer. They want that energy from Gabriel Jesus. Has Paquetá, what? Has he scored 2 now, Paquetá? That's a great point. They're talking about Odegaard and De Bruyne here. Oh, don't do that to me. Oh, stream's just decided to... Don't you bloody dare. Oh, don't do this to me. Oof. Stream went down. Come on, BT Sport. Right. Here we go, guys. Haaland... Close to 50 goals. Bukayo Saka. There are so many interesting matchups here. Odegaard versus De Bruyne. Xhaka and Gundogan. Haaland and Jesus. Or Haaland and Holding, more importantly, probably. Akanji and Saka, but Saka up against... Who am I talking about? Haaland in terms of those top goal scorers. Arteta and Guardiola kissing! Wow, did not expect to see that. Good. Good to see. Another little huddle there, that's right. Before the game, Xhaka taking it now. Zinchenko just shh. Little less from you, Zinchenko. Keep it stum, okay? Keep it bloody stum. Nice little, nothing wrong with a nice little smooch. Well, yeah, right. Was it on the lips? It was. Full tongue as well. Blue moon. Right. It's a night that feels as big as it is. Okay. Right. Here we go. Let's get the clock right. That's the aim here. Arsenal will cook off. Evan, hello, mate. Or even. All right, here we go. Can we get this clock right? Can we get this bloody clock right? Might get it wrong. We'll see. And we're off. There it is. Alpha. What's just happened there? There we go. We're back. We're okay. We're okay. Right. Fingers crossed that works. Let the games begin. Let the bloody games begin. Cole Walker's positioning will be interesting here, I think. KDB starting over on that right-hand side. Rodri's looking to get on the ball. Will Stones step in or not? Will he just chill where he is? Time will tell, people. Time will tell. Let's just see if this works elsewhere. Fuck it all. Right, we're going to have to... So this is where it's probably gone wrong already. But what I have got is... And that's starting again. Come on. I just can't... I can never get the time thing right. Do we just get rid of the time thing? Because look, if I go over here now, it's on to every other... You try something and that's... We're gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to take it off. That is heartbreaking. That's why I need my own studio. I need all sorts of stuff. Look, you try something. It was right everywhere else. Heartbreak. And that's off of... Hang on. I won't restart. That should be right now. It's but I know I'm a minute off. This is the killer. Oh, I can't do this anymore. Jimmy's not good with tech. All right, good one with the ball over to the left hand side. Grealish, Bernardo Silva at the back post. Haaland working to that back post as well. Cross comes in, and Ramsdale has a better first touch than he did last time out. I'm going to get rid of the clock because it's at 1:40 here in the actual game. It's a big call. It's a massive call. What do we do? I'm gonna take it off for the first half because it's just gonna confuse people. Actually, I'll give it as a gist. There, stay there. Or is it just starting off? Ramsdale's parried. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's given a foul to Arsenal. Okay. Early doors. That could go both ways if you want to interpret it. Partey gets the foul there. Ramsdale with the spill, a little bit nervy early doors there. And it's pretty simple stuff in terms of coming for it. Ooh, you could look at that either way, that Partey. He's kind of using his body. You could look at that another way if you want to. You could look at that a completely different way if you want. Man City fans will scream that's a penalty. Arsenal fans will go, no, he got there first. Do you know what you've seen before? Someone doing the exact same thing, end up kind of because their foot's high, getting their studs and getting the shin of the opposition and then getting sent off. I swear Pogba has done that a few times. Oof. What are we saying in the chat? Penalty or not? Not a penalty there. Pen or no pen? Talk to me. Got to keep calm now, Arsenal. Needs to get on the ball and silence this crowd. Ramsdale's had a good few touches, which is probably a good thing overall. He's got his throat wet. That's a savage. Oh, my God. What on earth? He's got his throat wet. Lips wet. Feet wet. Feet wet. Feet wet. Sorry about that. Nightmare. Stronger start, obviously, from Man City there. What's everyone saying in terms of pen? That's a pen for me, says Patrick Stone. Kai Reese says pen. James Lathlane says pen. These are people that aren't Arsenal fans. Is he offside? I felt like Stones was playing him on there. Martinelli's got the ball. He's got the ball to Saka. He's crossed it in. Where's Gabriel Jesus? Good recovery from Walker, but Jesus should already be in there. Was it offside anyway? Ooh, don't think it was. Don't think it was offside. Simon Oliver, Newcastle United fan, says that's a pen. I honestly don't know. You could spin that both ways. You can spin that both ways. It feels like especially at home. If that's at Old Trafford or at the Emirates, I wonder if they give that, Conspiracy. Conspiracy! We don't know. We don't know. Gabriel Jesus nearly gave it to Haaland there. Okay, so let's see what Arsenal do here. Will they lock on? 1-1. Hackbo with a goal, was it? So Odegaard on Gundogan. Xhaka on Rodri there. Martinelli coming in a bit more centrally. Stop those passing lanes into De Bruyne. Stones picking up the ball here. Jesus that little bit higher up. Concerning himself with those two centre-backs. And now Odegaard looking to press. So they're looking to keep them up there. So what was the trigger was going back to Edison there. Interesting. Keep an eye out for that. KDB with the ball. Could whack it. Oh! Disaster. Early doors. KDB doing what KDB does. I don't know why I'm holding my ears. These aren't my ears. That looked so easy. Wow. Fantastic from KDB. People started to wonder what's he about now? Has he still got it? I said you just felt like he was going to get something from it. I thought it was going to be an assist, and we've still got a long time to play. That is an absolutely disastrous start for Arsenal. Look to press, and this was the thing. You wonder if that would lead to space. Great hold-up play from Haaland. Plays in De Bruyne. De Bruyne cuts across, gets a yard, and from that distance, it's great hold-up play from Haaland. Great first touch. Plays it to KDB. I think Ramsdale thinks he's going bottom left. And he's just curled it into that corner on the right-hand side. Fantastic goal. Passes it in, really. Ramsdale, I think, certainly thought it was going to be going to that left corner. He'll be disappointed with that. To go from that distance. I want a good game, Robbie. That's the thing. Robbie says, try not to seem upset. I'm a little upset because I want a title race to go to the final game. Seven minutes. A huge 10 minutes for Arsenal now. Do you sort of retreat on a plan? Not much has really changed here. Jesus needs to be better in his hold-up play so far. He's been very, very poor. Man City have the bit between their teeth. Well done, Catherine. I saw that. Great modding. Great modding. Disastrous for Arsenal there. I mean, it is a bit of a cauldron. This is what I mean. They need to get on the ball and control that ball and keep that ball. Ref's letting it go a little bit. Not giving away silly ones. Haaland's working back a lot. A hell of a lot in this one. You're seeing it. Zinchenko up there. Back in defensive transition, when they think they're okay, by working that hard right at the start of the game, that will be in the minds of those players for the rest of the game. Partey's not looked too sure of himself. Jesus, looking for a bit more from him. That's the thing that you could have said when it comes to Trossard. If you play him as a false nine, he comes and gets on the ball. I think he probably takes care of the ball that little bit better. Would you agree? Okay. Big 10 minutes for Arsenal. 2-0 down. This game's over. Pretty sharpish. Haaland's causing all sorts of trouble. Holding's trying to get nice and tight with him, but he's struggling a little bit. Just a bit nervy, isn't it? Yeah. Look, I think the one thing you could say with Haaland, does he just go an arm's length away? But then you're letting him turn anyway, which is just as bad. I think you've got to sort of look to battle with him there. It's just great play, really. Exactly, Patrick. Haaland's he's just a threat all the time. And his hold-up play is getting better and better, in my opinion. Right, can you keep the ball now, Arsenal? That's the thing. Can you make a game of it here? Bukayo Saka, first chance of a proper run at Kanji. Comes back inside to Ben White. Give the ball away again. Poor from Odegaard. I'm not sure if it's just a bad pass. Grealish with a great little burst there. Can he find his man? Finds Haaland. Haaland will find De Bruyne. He'll go over to this right-hand side, I imagine. No, he's using him as decoy. Good defending from Gabriel. But the press is good from Bernardo Silva. Oof. Oliver's being pretty kind to Arsenal, I've got to be honest. Pretty kind. Forest are struggling, aren't they? Bad. I think Arsenal paid 2 million or something for Holding. Look what he's up against. Yeah. I think that's the thing. I said this on the Ripple Effect this week. That's the point. When it comes to Holding's not a bad player. He's a good Premier League player. But this is the next level. And I'm not sure he's got to, he's not got that in his locker, quite possibly. There's a reason why he's not played for England. Oof. Xhaka with a little free, gets a free kick there. Oliver has given Arsenal absolutely everything. Guardiola is fuming. That'll be a meme. He's being a little bit too kind to him. I've got the popcorn here. I want to get it out. We haven't got a classic so far. This could be a drab one. We'll see. So although I'm 10 minutes on here, I'm 12 minutes on the actual game, if that helps anyone. This is what they've got to slow the game down a little bit. The press from Man City. Bernardo Silva, he's a little rat, isn't he? He's so good at that. Oliver wants the title race. I hear that. I'm here for it. So, look at the box I'm in here. Look at the press high. Look at the contain. And Bernardo Silva is making his way over as well. I don't think they're concerned about that. This is the thing. I can't see how they don't play around the press because they're just so good at the moment. And if you want to put the ball in over the top like Akanji's just done here, they're probably a little bit nervy about that as well because you've got Haaland who can go and get it at any point. Ethan Farrar, hello mate, love you too. Thanks for spending a bit of time with me, guys. Appreciate it. If you are new, hit the subscribe button. If you aren't new, have you hit the like button yet? Do you know what I mean? Because then we can get more people in. It's always good, isn't it? Jesus dropping deep here. The game is starting to calm down a little bit. Jesus getting involved quite a lot. Not really offering too much in behind here. But at the same time, they need to just retain possession for a little bit. Charlie, how you doing, mate? Conspiracy. The Premier League have told the ref to keep it as even as possible, so more people carry on watching. I think that could be possible. Let's be honest, no one wants Man City to win the league apart from Man City fans and Tottenham fans. Because they've won it. They've won it loads of times recently. Spread it round. I see you got to keep your nerve here when they're pressing. Struggling. Underrated, that Man City press. That's a big thing. You forget about that. He wants them to play. And that could lead to goals. That's essentially what happened for Arsenal, didn't it? Puffy the Boy says, this has to be the worst timed match for Arsenal. Can't face City after losing so much steam like they have. It really needed a win before this. Well, that's what the Southampton game was for, wasn't it? Matt Leonard, 250k, that's small for our gym. We'll deserve that million plaque one day. Give me 10 years. See if we can get there. Everyone can play their part. Shall we have a little look at the Statty Watties? Early doors. Not much going on, is there? Let's be honest. 1 shot, 1 goal. It's only been 1 shot the whole game. It's true, isn't it? Contained stuff. Oof. Let's get the popcorn out, shall we? That's such a great shout. Ryan Collins. Akanji is potentially the best value buy in the last decade. 15 million. How have you got him for 15 million? Don't worry, I'm not going to be eating all that popcorn. Walker on his way here. It's worth keeping an eye on Walker and what he's doing here. Because he's got... His job is Martinelli. That's why he's in the team. Hibbity popcorn. Love that, Bear. Great work. Can... Just spat out the popcorn. Can Martinelli get the better of Kyle Walker at any point during this game? That's why Walker's playing. Because you're not sure, are you? You're not bloody sure. That's why he's brought him in. Haven't really created anything of note yet, Arsenal. Bruno Guimaraes will go on to be one of the best buys in the Prem ever. Maybe, but not in terms of a bargain. It's a good game. But it costs 30 odd million. Jonathon, best value by a mile. Harbison, come on. Come on, son. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Better bargains, let me know. Haaland's hold-up play has been fantastic so far. Where's Kyle Walker now? I wish they could give you the wide-angle camera. Why don't they do that? We all want to see it. McGinn 2.5 million, Catherine. Well, you hated McGinn earlier this season, so you're not even allowed to say his name, Catherine. That's the rule. So there's Walker there. Look, see, staying high, offering a lot of attacking outlet there, kind of making Martinelli come back. That's interesting. So by playing, when Bernardo Silva plays a bit more centrally, Gundogan's kind of playing in that double now, isn't he? Walker's actually staying up here. Gundogan's kind of playing with Rodri. Not literally. Not in a sexual way either. Walker's staying nice and high. And De Bruyne can kind of go where he wants. He's essentially playing sort of shadow striker. Bernardo here, bloody everywhere. We'll have a look at his heat map in a second. RVB to Arsenal for 2 million. Rob Turner. Rob Turner in the chat, people. Great shout. Robertson, 8 million. That is a good point. That is better than Akanji. Yeah. 15 million. Although, you know, in today's money, what is that really? Sol Campbell on a free. Holding looks a little bit out of his depth, let's be honest. Anthony Sue says, Shaw was bought for 3 million. Okay. Are you really putting him forward as one of the best ever? There we go. Patrick Stone. Top of the tree now. That's the winner currently. Mahrez, 400k. Mahrez, 400k to Leicester. That's mental. What did Kante... How much did Kante cost to Leicester? Coutinho not better than Mahrez, was he? Didn't deliver like utter bliss. It was good. Loic Remy, 10 mil. No. Samba, 12 mil. Got that 12 mil back. No one talks about that. Got that 12 mil back. Seamus Goldman, bag of crisps or something. Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? 50k, wasn't it? Do you know what? For per minute, that's a shout. Per minute, Seamus Coleman is the greatest cash buy. Matt, you can't say someone like Kamara. He's only been there a minute. Although, I know this whole conversation started with a Kanji. Bernardo Silva. Oh, he's gone for that corner. Well read by Ramsdale. Cantona, 1 mil. 1 mil's a lot back then. It was a good game. James Milner, free. In terms of his true value to the team, Vardy for a mil. There's these Leicester guys. That's hard to get away from them. Company's a shout, but you played a little bit more, haven't you? Can I just ask? Me eating the popcorn, is it annoying? Because I'll stop, but if not, I'll keep going. Yum 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 yum. JJ Kocher, free to Bolton. Good shout. They used to call me JJ Allcott. I call myself it. It's disgusting. A little bit. No. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people saying no. Stuff your face. Cheers. What if I go here? Bit of ambience. Eat away. Bloody legends, you lot. Bloody legends. Right, Arsenal with the set piece here. Let's make a game of this, please. Is everyone jotting down their tactical analysis so I can copy it? Michael Oliver, get hold of this. Haaland falling over as if. As if, Haaland. Why would you fall over? You're an absolute monster. Salt or sweet? Both, actually. It's sweet and salty. Great low-fat snack. How much was Matoma, Benjamin? Right, cross comes in. Oh, so this is another reason why I can't see Arsenal winning is from set pieces. Man City are enormous. Absolutely enormous now. So, both defensively and offensively, I just think they'll be fine. Sweet and salty won't be bad. Harsh. If you had to stop the game now at 23 minutes, who's man of the match? And you can't pick De Bruyne. Alright, let's have a break from the popcorn. That's enough. The press has been so good from Man City. They need to get the ball to Odegaard, or Odegaard needs to go moving for it a little bit more because he's really not got involved at all yet. Brentford 1 up against Chelsea. They always win at the Bridge. They always win at the Bridge. Here we go. Odegaard, what are you saying? Zinchenko. Fancy a little shot, Zinchenko, against your former club? No. Martinelli. Here we go. See, that's the difference. He comes back. He doesn't have a little dribble at him. I think if it's someone else, he goes to that byline. Great little turn from Zinchenko. Poor from Xhaka. And Oliver gives Man City a foul. Unbelievable. Who's having a nibble and who isn't? That's the question. Look, Martinelli's barely touched the ball. Interesting. Let's go to touches. back line sort of looking to play through the press, but not really doing too much with it. Oh, Haaland just about got there, and De Bruyne looks like he's going to be through again. What's he going to do? Good tackle from Gabriel, but he's still got the ball, and it's a great block. Still got the ball, and they've been able to clear it. Brilliant. Amazing work from Haaland initially. His overall play has been fantastic in this game so far. Got the ball to De Bruyne. De Bruyne twisted and turned. Wasn't ever really going to be able to totally get away from him. It was actually a bad pass from Walker. But he got there first because Haaland's a joke. Twists and turns and a really good block from Ben White. Does well. Puts his shaven legs on the line. See, Zinchenko stepping forward a little bit here. I think there might be something in that. It needs to get on the ball and they need to be able to break the press a little bit quicker and a little bit better because it's sort of inviting that pressure and they're getting nervy with it. Oh, Jack has been shocking so far. And they've won the ball back again. The press from Man City, a bit too much for Arsenal at the moment. De Bruyne, great little ball to Bernardo Silva. Back post party to KDB. No, looks to come back. No, De Bruyne instead to that back stick. Haaland wasn't actually there in the end. And Arsenal are just about surviving at the moment. There's only one team in it, really. But there's a ball over the top here. Bukayo Saka, man, one-on-one against John Stones, making his way into the penalty box now. Can he cut back? Jack Grealish with a great recovery tackle. Knew what Saka wanted to do, which was to cut back onto that left foot and stopped him. Brilliant stuff. Oh, the passing from Arsenal. Here we go. There's always going to be some scary moments for Arsenal. It's great free from Haaland. Ramsdale with a great save. Huge save. I know my clock's miles off. We had problems at the start. Great save from Ramsdale. Great save. It was the other way around that time, wasn't it? What's going on here? It's off. It's all Man City. Look, I think because Arsenal are looking to get at them, and with the quality that they've got, you're going to have those moments sometimes. But what's happening is they're getting into this space that we spoke about on the preview, actually. It's here. They're often getting the ball here, and actually more specifically, right here. It's that gap in between behind Partey. With Partey, like, as long as the ball's in front of him, Arsenal are in a good place. But too many times they're getting past him. Partyists him. See, this is what I do wonder about them defensively, Arsenal, because if they haven't got the ball all the time, do they truly have that mobility in midfield? Good little press there, moving them back to Ederson. Stuart's quite clever as well, like sort of playing Gundogan there as that like deep line playmaker. The good thing about that, you just utter trust, isn't it? Like if you play Stones, they would have gone for Stones, wouldn't they? Massively. But Gundogan there, absolute safe pair of hands, isn't he? Pair of feet even. Who's my cats in FPL? Do you know what? I've had an absolute mare of FPL this season, and I forgot to do it in time. So I got Saka. Because I had Saka in the last one. Heartbreak. Should we take a trip to Average Position Town? Look, this is interesting, I think, actually. You know, I was saying Odegaard's not in the game at all. That front line, the press has been so strong that they can't get the ball to them. at all. Kyle Walker on that right-hand side. Looks to cut in. Tried to buy a foul. Didn't get it. Didn't deserve it, to be honest. Ball gets recycled. Back to Gundogan. Kind of playing on this right side as a deep line playmaker as much as anything else. He's normally over on that left-hand side, isn't he? Bernardo Silva to Walker. Playing out and out fullback, really, Walker. Pippity pop from Man City. And then coming out, they'll switch it over to the other side. 30 minutes on my stream, by the way. Although I know that's different. So I'm a sort of minute behind that time. But it's because it's like a video thing. I can't change it. I should have a look at Twitter at halftime, see what they're saying. That's interesting. Bob de Pledge. Been impressed with Michael Oliver so far. He's got all the calls right. There you go. Oof. Shot from a tight angle. Beaten away by Ramsdale, as they said. 3-1, the 3-0 shout. I kept thinking about that, but I wanted to give Arsenal a bit more of a chance. 3-0 looks good right now, doesn't it? Arsenal fans in meltdown. Dum dum dum. They've not been concerned once, Man City. They're putting on a clinic here. Miles better so far. Absolutely miles better. Comfortable with the press from them as well. Edison looks so calm. Lucy Ward makes a good point there. Just don't see the belief, do you, in this Arsenal team? Sort of faux belief. Getting outrun. Ooh, little flick from Holding there. Quick pass to Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli looked to make a diagonal run, but it wasn't really happening. Jesus gets sort of closed out. It's not happening. I think you need... I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? Because you're going to get done on the break. But you've got to hurt. I don't think Arsenal are good enough defensively to not go after Man City a little bit. But as soon as you say take Xhaka out and put Trossard in, you're going to look even more feeble defensively, I think. Jim is a custard cream guy. Yeah. No, I really am. But I love a custard cream. You get those massive ones at Costa. Have you ever seen them? Ooh. So sweet. This is too easy. Too easy. Just barely touching the ball. What's Twitter saying? What do people normally do when it comes to these streams? Holding Haaland in a hold. Yeah. Why is it? Don't have a go at Haaland. If you hear anyone having a go at Haaland, at holding Haaland, and like saying that's horrific defending, I'm not having that. You can go 1 yard away, sure, and maybe in that point you can do, but it's not outrageously bad. Partey, what are you saying? Oh. On this occasion, you're allowed to shoot. 95th minute against Southampton. Not a smart decision. He's got to do better there, really. He's right on the edge of the box. He's got to make the goalie work. Ruben Dias ready to block. 3 players there ready to block. But still, if he's De Bruyne, he can put that in that bottom right-hand corner. Let me vent all my anger. Sakho, talk to me then. What are you saying about Holding? Because you can have a massive go about him holding. Overall play, maybe not good enough. But he is becoming the bit of a scapegoat. You know, there's a reason why he doesn't start. Do you know what I mean? Jack Grealish with some wheels today. He's got a bit of pace about him. Comes back, gives the ball to Haaland. Haaland 1-on-1 against Gabriel. Oh! So open, though. Lovely little 1-2. Not really tracking the runner. A lot of space in behind. And again, gaps between Thomas Partey and that back line for Arsenal. That is what's killing Arsenal right now. They've got to be all out brave. It's just disjointed, isn't it, defensively? Massively. And Haaland probably should do better there. Gabriel was literally 1-on-1 with Haaland for ages there. Because, I mean, you had other players working there. It was really smart movement from the other players. But too easy for Haaland to be able to get his shot off like that. There's not much Thomas Partey could do as well, because as a team, they're not pressing as a team. The whole team's got to squeeze up the pitch. They've got to be a little bit braver and deal with that ball over the top when it comes. Chocolate hobnob, what are we saying about that, guys? If we're talking about biscuits here. Do you know what I saw today in the shop? Jammy Dodgers. I sort of would make myself eat them. I never really liked them. Haaland with the ball now driving. Gets it to De Bruyne. Crumples Partey, and he's not given a foul, but he's given a head injury. I look forward to a replay, because that feels like utter nonsense to me. I'll be honest. That's nonsense. That feels like nonsense. Let's see the close-up of it. Do you know what? Haaland knows he's coming and does let his shoulder stay strong, so to speak. But it's nothing. And Granit Xhaka trying to wind up Man City a little bit, which is utterly pointless, surely. Pep Guardiola going, unlock the Trojan horse, he says. What are you saying to it? What are you saying, Twitter? Is everyone okay? Me watching KDB and Haaland crushing Rob Holding. I mean, those two crush most people, but they do seem to be getting a lot of the play. Again, smart stuff from Kadaba. Kadaba looking very good. Ilkay Gundogan popping up on that left-hand side now. Grealish, great tackle. Great tackle by Rob Holding. Can we not just look to scapegoat this guy? He's just made a great tackle there. Poor bloke. Big tackle. Big tackle from Holding. Well done. Get yourself a goal kick as well. Happy days. Right, guys, what do you feel has been interesting so far? Let's jot it down and we can chat about it at half time. Holding, Haaland. Look, we knew he'd bully him a little bit. Surely we knew he was going to make him uncomfortable. I think Gundogan's role's been interesting. Oh, he's through. Oh, just as I said it, Gundogan gets to the byline, pulls it back to Haaland. Little snapshot straight at Ramsdale makes life a little bit easier for him. He's almost got a free role, Gundogan. I think he just understands his team so well. Almost a bit of it's a roaming role. Ramsdale making a couple of saves there. Gundogan's so smart. What a player. Oh, nearly sneaks it through. It's not a bad finish from Haaland. Biscuit chat's been great. Yeah, appreciate that massively. I understand now. I get it. Arsenal have offered nothing going forward. It's sort of, the press is just suffocating them, isn't it? Commentators just said Akanji's bargain of the season. Interesting. I think what we're seeing is that midfield without the ball for Arsenal is a little bit weak. So, like I said, take a point and leave. Hope for a miracle in the other games. Surely you would have taken it. Arsenal fans, you'd definitely take one now, wouldn't you? Surely. Or can you pinch one just before half-time? 41 minutes gone on my stream. Zinchenko with the cross. Oh, little flick. It's gone out for a corner. Come on! Come on! They've got a corner. An actual head injury this time, I think, as well. Great to see. Legitimate ones. Oof. More a winding from Saka on Diaz. Kanji actually pushed him into him. Right. Corner time. We'll look at the average positions at half time. Oof. Oof. Martinelli underutilised. Right, here we go. Look, if you get in at half-time, 1-1, back post Partey, literally Partey and Holding and all the rest of them, moving over to the front post now. Cross comes in. Ederson comes and punches. Odegaard will retrieve. Back to Saka. Can have a bit of fun together. No. Looks to put that left foot cross in, but it's overhit. Did he get a touch? Did he get a touch? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Poor cross from Saka, really. Interesting. Walker's role in particular. A different kind of width, actually. But huge width. We'll show you that in a second. So dominant. So dominant. Arsenal having to play so narrow. But that's actually... well, we'll show you our average positions in a second. At half-time, we'll go through all that. Because I think the average positions from Arsenal here, which I'll show you at half-time, as I said, are actually dictated average positions. Because if we go back and look at their other games, they are completely different because they've got no control over this football match right now. Thomas Partey, he's on his own out there, though, isn't he? This was the concern, I think. James, do you think West Ham can finish ahead of Chelsea? What's the way? I mean, amazing, isn't it? Where are we at? We've got set piece here from an awkward position from Man City's point of view, I would say. Chelsea currently 11th, 39 points. Will they survive? Imagine if they went down. Just imagine that. What animal does Arteta draw on the whiteboard at half time? It's a great question, Ben. Let us know, guys. What do you think? What should he go for? Maybe a lion? Ferret? Maybe? Chelsea in a relegation dogfight. The other scores on the doors. We'll go have a look at that as well at half time. West Ham on a little march, aren't they? Bless them. Cross comes in. John Stones! Game over now, surely. Oh, he's offside! Ooh. Great header. Is he just offside? He starts offside. Oh, bit of cat and mouse there, and he just about missed out. He is offside. Great work by the linesman. Great header. Absolutely fantastic header. This is the thing. You've got Haaland, Rodri, Stones, Akanji, Diaz, all in that box. That is hard to deal with for absolutely any team. Ash96 going with a rich tea biscuit and saying hella underrated. Get out. Get out of this stream. 10-minute ban. Disgraceful. Rich tea is the worst biscuit by a mile. Ronnie 1-1. Grealish, Martinelli and Rashford in what order this season? Ooh. Well, I think what you've got to say is consistency throughout the whole season. Now, Rashford is probably the most on fire of all of them. Well, they're saying it's onside now. What? Oh, no. They scored. Game over. Is that someone's foot that's kept him on? How this is a great... I mean, this is... Look, it's correct, I guess. But what a crap goal in terms of celebration. 2-0. Just before half-time. Game over. Surely. John Stones trying to celebrate now. Oh, it's just shit, isn't it? VAR. Whose foot's that? Ben White's foot. That shaven, tan leg. Keeps John Stones on. Look, for the finish alone, he actually deserves the goal. Season over. Fact. Yeah. 2-0. Said 3-1. We said 3-0. This could get ugly. This could get ugly, and this could be such a statement of where we are as a league, when actually a team who's been so hot all season long, and now looking so average because this Man City side is so good. That's it. Arsenal put in a good shift. That's it. They haven't been able to cope with them at all. At all. I feel like the Arsenal players are trying to get a bit of reaction out of the Man City lot now. Trying to get something from that. More so than them actually being like heartbroken and over-emotional here. See, Ben White's just having a bit of fun with Diaz there. See, you're trying to get him sent off. Dark arts. He has a little kick, doesn't he? A couple of little kicks there. He's sort of more flicking at the ball a little bit. He does have a little flick at him. I mean, it's all pathetic, but hobnobs are good, Jesse. That looked miles offside, it did. You're right. Man United, second? What are we saying? Feels like they're out of their depth a little bit, doesn't it? That's a red. Andrew Langham service. That's a red. It's not red. I think for the game it would have been good. Do they get back to 2-2 if it's a red? Down to 10. That feels like the only way Arsenal get back in this game. Right, so there we have it. Half-time. Man City completely overpowering this Arsenal team. I did fear this, but we've certainly seen it miles better. Absolutely miles better. Is it Arsenal playing terribly, or is it Man City just being outrageously good? Feels more like Man City looking outrageously good. And an Arsenal team that is missing the quality of Saliba. Give him a red. Yeah, I would like to have seen it, just for the game itself. Right. Let me hoover this. I just love popcorn, you know? Oh. I haven't got any more drink. Right. Jim's Arsenal bias really showing here. I like the underdog. Does that make me a bad person? So be it. Sure, question for the chat. Who do you want to win the league? Let me know. Any chance we get a score graphic? It's 2-0. I can't right now. Yeah, exactly. And you got, don't put Newcastle out of City and Arsenal. Actually, quite a lot of City in there. But do you hate them because you support a team that hate, a rival of Arsenal's? You got to like this Arsenal team, surely. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. So, when it comes to the stats, expected goals, 1.16 for Man City, 0.12 for Arsenal. Not something you normally see in games that Arsenal play in. And that was the thing. I said that in my preview. That was my concern all along. The concern was control. And if Arsenal haven't got control of the football, are they defensively good enough to stop this Man City side? And it's not just Holding and Gabriel. The ball gets to them. If the ball gets to them, that's down to Man City being fantastic, but also Arsenal being that little bit nervy defensively and unable to have a press that is as good as Man City's. Man City's press has been absolutely fantastic throughout this game. We said it and we saw it time and time again. It's been interesting to see how they have played. Walker's stayed nice and high here. Gundogan, we'll show you his heat map. He's all over the place in terms of roaming and getting on the ball. He was even here at one point with a little byline chance. So at times he's allowed to be the player that he normally is when KDB's over on this right-hand side. But the ability to be fluid here, KDB come here, create an overload here, Bernardo Silva start there, interchange, go the other way around, KDB come here and Bernardo Silva go and be that second striker as well. It's absolutely fantastic. It's so press-proof. They have such an understanding of the lines of the pitch. They are the best team in the league. They really, really are. So good. But the big thing is that when they're trying to lock on to all these players, Martinelli was trying to sort of deal with the space here. Stop someone like Gundogan, let's say, for example. Oh, sorry, it would have been Xhaka, wouldn't it? Him dealing with Stones. Partey, it's been so easy for them to move through. They've always been able to get through those lines really, really quickly. And then there's just been this space here. Haaland and De Bruyne, most of the time, being able to get on the ball. And these two, through hesitancy and through, I think, the main thing being the fear of Haaland. That's not what I pressed. The fear of Haaland. It's supposed to be an arrow, forget it. The fear of Haaland in behind here means that they are just five or so yards further back than they want to be. And the ripple effect, available everywhere, especially Spotify. Support your boy. From that is that KDB gets space. I mean, the goal from KDB, he did brilliantly to sort of move. But it's not great defending. And for him to score from there, from that kind of distance, Ramsdale's got to be fuming with that, I think. I think Ramsdale thought he was going for this corner. Obviously, he didn't. But there's so much space here. Whereas I think if they play a team that they're not afraid of, and they're not afraid of that, of the two of them, this is the problem. You've got KDB, interestingly, playing more so here than here, like he would do sometimes. And because of that, you're concerned about both. But Haaland's hold-up play has been absolutely fantastic. Absolutely superb in this one. And it's, for the whole season, we've spoken about other things. We've spoken about finishing ability, the ability to sort of sniff out chances, be a poacher at times. But his hold-up play has been absolutely superb. And obviously that first goal comes from that. Holding Haaland. Okay, and then one touch, playing KDB, and then he's one-on-one with Gabriel. But it's just so much space, which we knew would occur a little bit. But I think they've just got to be a bit braver, and Ramsdale's got to play higher, to be honest. Because that's your way out of it. But Grealish playing really, really wide. Bernardo playing as wide as he can do. But as a three, they're sort of moving it about. And actually, KDB's kind of gone everywhere. Zinchenko's looked to try and get involved a little bit more when they've had the ball. But the press from Man City has been absolutely superb as well. Absolutely superb. Really enjoying Gundogan's role in this game as well. Not what we expected, but a different way of using the width of the pitch, actually. It's Grealish and it's Walker instead of it being normally, say, Mahrez. The press has been really, really strong. They're just showing the goal back here. But Partey as well, actually, for this goal, Partey sort of getting stuck into De Bruyne and then not following his man there. Really, really poor defending from Partey. But he's got a lot of area to cover, but he actually has to be much better for that goal. It's interesting. Gabriel's looking to cover around Haaland. It's a great little move from him. Gabriel then signals for Ben White to go and deal with Jack Grealish. And I think Ramsdale's got to do better. I think Ramsdale has got to do better, personally. I don't think Holding's done much wrong there. I think that's unbelievable hold-up play from Haaland. And a really smart, world-class finish into that bottom right-hand corner from Haaland as well. Let's go have a look at the average positions. In terms of those stats, actually, just have a quick look at those as well. Because total shots 8-2. A lot of the game has been played in that sort of middle third. Let's have a little look at that. Well, actually, it's just been both teams trying to sort of keep each other, trying to press each other, to be honest. Oh, we haven't got it on this one. That's a shame. Oh, well. But I think a big thing you can see, I think we saw it briefly, was the lack of touches for those attacking players for Arsenal. If we have a look at the attacking player, De Bruyne with 33 touches. If we scroll down to the bottom, 10 touches for Martinelli, 14 touches for Jesus, 15 touches for Thomas Partey. I mean, Thomas Partey, that again shows how great the press has been in that central area. And as I said, their average positions have been completely dictated by how good Man City have been. Let's go have a look at that. Because you can see that width there. Gundogan playing a very different role here. But as I said, Gundogan picking up the ball absolutely everywhere in this game. Nice little, nice work from Akanji, showing his versatility, going over to that right-hand side. As we said, Kyle Walker, this is what we're talking about as well, in terms of their average positions. If I just take it off him for a second. The width being provided by Grealish and Walker in this game. Bernardo Silva a little bit higher up when he can, but it's just been really, really impressive stuff. KDB, free roll, really, able to go all over the pitch to allow them to get through a press. Gundogan, as I said, picking up the ball in all sorts of different areas. Haaland staying central. Rodri staying a little bit more central. You can see the difference there. And in terms of, look at that. Look how narrow Arsenal are. The reason they're so narrow is because they've either not got the ball or they're trying to find a way to get on the ball. But the bulk of this is because of that width of Man City, that as it goes from side to side, you then see these players not really getting on the ball. The heat map will show where their touches are, and that's, look, you want Gabriel Martinelli to get the ball, but I think there was a moment in the game as well where Martinelli got the ball, was squaring up Kyle Walker, didn't even have a proper go, did he? And that's why Kyle Walker plays in this game. I thought Jesus has been really poor, barely been able to get on the ball, but they've just not been able to get past that really impressive press. And in particular, they seem to be focusing down that left-hand side, but they've been unable to play through it at all. Zinchenko, although higher up there, you can see that they've got the ball and those two centre-backs are being allowed the ball, but they're unable to get the ball into Zinchenko, really. He's trying to get touches in the central areas, but he's struggling. And I think it'll be interesting to see, actually, as well, the situation when it comes to holding on to the ball, because I just think defensively, Man City are actually weirdly... Well, they're better in all aspects, but defensively, they're making Arsenal look very, very mediocre. Indeed. Accurate passes. Who's got the least? Martinelli. He's only played 7 passes, to be fair to him. But how's someone like Zinchenko? I mean, 18 of his 20, to be fair to him. He's obviously not getting on the ball enough, though. That's the thing. Rob Holding with the most. Ben White, the back 4, getting on the ball the most. Zinchenko trying to get on the ball at times. But just massively, massively struggling. Just really struggling to do anything going forward. Quite a tentative game, really. Look, Haaland actually, as I say, that overall play, really good. Grealish looks a threat. And De Bruyne looks world-class, as he always bloody does. Ramsdale keeping him in it at the moment. Let's have a look at the goalkeeper stats. We never really look at that. Goals presented. There we go. Saves from inside his box. 4 saves from inside his box. How do they get back into this one? Let's have a look. I think it's tough, guys. I mean, is it about changes? Make that change. You know, as Michael used to say. God rest him. They need to find a way around this press. I think that's the biggest thing. Jesus, when he's got the ball, has not been able to do enough. They've really congested the middle of the pitch when they have got it there. And they've just not been able to get out. It's been like this, isn't it, the whole game? Actually, these are the other way around. Ramsdale. I just can't see any way back for them. Like, is Partey, as good as he is, he's good because he normally has players around him. Let me show you an example of that, actually. Because if you look at any other Arsenal game, they have the ball. And if they have the ball, they control the game. Let's find it. Look. You have more players around him. And Partey has players around him to bounce around, because otherwise these players look isolated. And what they've done really, really well here, this is the game against Fulham. He's got bodies around him. So they're obviously going forward here, going up. But he's got players to bounce the ball off. And he's not been able to do it at all in this game, because they're getting stretched and stretched and stretched all the time. Really clever stuff from Man City. Just too good, really. It's miles too good. I'm not trying to do it like, I could go, oh, you never know. I mean, next goal's everything. Also get the next goal, then maybe. Can you get Saka on the ball? Can he do something against Akanji? But they're working so hard, Man City. I'm struggling to see it. I've got to be honest. I'm paid to be honest. And I've got to be honest. I just can't see it happening. Let's have a look around the ground, shall we? At the Premier League as a whole. God bless it. Oh, I hate when it does this. For some reason it does it. I don't know why it does this. Forget it. Uh-oh. Wow. So, Forest. Come on. 76 minutes gone. Forest winning. Wow. Massive. Absolutely massive. Brighton, you can see there from the momentum bar, generally dominating that one. When did the goals come? I mean, kind of on the break, and then they've been better since. It was the first goal and own goal. Pascal Gross with an own goal. Amazing. Brentford winning. Bloody hell. An own goal there as well. Who got the own goal? Aspilicueta. A night of own goals. I mean, we saw Paquetá getting a goal there. Liverpool dominating that one. Interesting. They just always give you a goal, Liverpool. They'll always give you a goal. And, of course, Man City 2-0 up in this one. The second half is about to begin. Can we somehow... Can I get it right this time? Can I get it right this time? Can we get the stop clock correct? Dare to dream. Here we go. Okay. Get ready, everyone. Get ready. Oh, hang on. Concentrate. Fingers crossed. This time it will be different. Man City will take off. Ben White's quickly giving us a super chat. That's amazing. And we're off. Why isn't it there? Why isn't it bloody there? You are kidding me. Where is it? Oh, shit. Why isn't it there? Oh, my God. It's happened again. I can't believe it. Hang on. Let me quickly chuck this in here. There we go. We've got one. We'll be on a close-up a lot. You try something. Right, we've got one there. We've got one clock that's correct. Will it stay there? Who knows? Ben White with a super chat. Mate, wow, that's a really generous super chat as well. I feel sorry for Holding. Nobody at Arsenal expected their last choice centre-back to be able to hang at this level until at least another year. How old's Holding now? Holding back the tears. I think the problem... I think there's a bit of... I think because he's a northern lad, I think people are after him as well. If he's French, then I don't think people care as much. And I don't think they scapegoat him as much. Can I say that? 27 years old. He's in his prime now, pretty much. He's a good Prem player. He's a good squad player for Arsenal. You don't really want him in these games against the best players in the world. Quite possibly two of the best players in the world. De Bruyne and Haaland with very little protection. You know? So I agree with you. I feel sorry for Holding as well. Imagine if you had to play against these two. Right, good pass through there. Martinelli with the ball here. Getting the ball over to Saka. Makes his way into the box. Saka will look to run at Akanji. What can you do? Comes back. Can they have a good start here, Arsenal, and make this a game? Ball onto the edge of the box to Xhaka. Xhaka over to Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Back to Xhaka. Xhaka with the cross. A turn shot, and it was pretty meek in the end. Man City on the break now. Looking to get the ball to Gundogan. He's going to make that late run, and he possibly has found him, but Gundogan doesn't really have the pace to do it. And then it's a messy clearance in the end from Gabriel, but they seem to get away with it. Odegaard does well. Getting that ball back, Ben White, and they've got the ball again. Now, can you play through the press? That is the question. That's going to be the big thing for Arsenal. Can you play through this incredibly good press? You've got to be braver. Xhaka comes and gets on the ball. Needs a bit of help. It's a poor pass from Xhaka. He's been really bad on the ball in this one. Bernardo Silva with the ball now. Good defending from Xhaka. Goes and gets it back. Up against Zinchenko. Gets a cross in, and it's a corner for Man City. Last thing you obviously want is a third one. It turns into a bit of a massacre if they score here. And as I've said previously, Stones, Akanji, Diaz, Rodri, Haaland, big boys making their way up. And big boys who love a header. Important to say as well. Xhaka having to deal with Stones. Cross comes in and you've got the best striker of the ball in the world, quite possibly in De Bruyne. Cross comes in, didn't do much. Grealish did well to win it. Ruben Dias with the ball. And drops away and Partey clears it well to Saka. Great pass. And can they break now? And that is exactly why Kyle Walker is playing in this football match. Great recovery. In terms of it as a defensive right-sided centre-back, he is wonderful in terms of those recovery runs. And that's exactly why he's in this team. Pep Guardiola, you are a clever boy. That's the thing now for Man City now. Control the game. Watch them overcommit. Play through the press like you just did there fantastically. Have a clean sheet. The title's pretty much yours. So the time is 49:20. So I'm about 20 seconds off. We're getting there. I think we could be about to see a bit of water torture here from Man City now. Trying to sort of coax them out. Come and get us, little pussycat. And then we'll play around you. What's up, pussycat? Okay. This could be a quiet second half. Let's get some questions in the chat. Let's start talking, shall we? Is their press good enough? Have you got the legs to really rush a Man City team when you've got Xhaka and Odegaard as part of that press? That's what I'm struggling with. That's what I'm not seeing. And in terms of personnel that you would bring in to facilitate that. Could you put Saka in midfield to offer that up? So Partey winning the ball there. They've got the ball back now. When you've got the ball, keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. And try not to retreat. They're so good defensively, man. Least favourite biscuit. More biscuit chat. Rich tea for me. I just don't get it. I think it's terrible. I think it's all like, what is it offering? It's offering no crumble. It's terrible as a dip in a tea. It's got no real flavour. It's honestly, Ash, I will die on this Rich Tea Hill. I think we'd all die if there was a Rich Tea Hill, because although you could eat to survive, you wouldn't want to. You know? Come on, Arsenal. Get a bloody goal and make it interesting. Odegaard with the ball. Zinchenko, with the ball. He'll look to get across, but he knows. Kyle Walker with a point to prove. Just clever, innit? Do you want to run me? You can try to, but I'm Kyle Walker. I think that's it. Is Walker underrated? Great question. I think... Is he underrated? I think the one thing you've got to say about Walker is that he doesn't... Oh, Haaland's in here. Off he goes. No one's going to catch him. We knew that was going to happen. Ramsdale wins that battle. Well done. There was going to be one moment where he got a one-on-one, Haaland. We knew that was going to happen in this game. Is that going to be the only one? That's the question. Terrible defending, I think, from Gabriel on that occasion. Great run from Jesus. Can he get in front? If they're smart, they take him out, but they cramp him out. Isn't able to find Saka on that right-hand side. He's been poor, Jesus. He has been poor. Poor pass from Kevin De Bruyne there. Wasn't able to finish. Custard creams are clear of them. Custard creams, Ash. Now we're talking. Custard creams are the one. De Bruyne to Haaland again. Loads of space again. I was just about to say the third goal is a matter of time. Game, set, match to Manchester City. And they have absolutely destroyed this Arsenal side with utter comfort. 6s and 7s, I think is the phrase. 2 against 4 or 3. But the problem is, time and again, they've been in behind Thomas Partey, in that gap, in zone 14. And they're absolutely pumping Arsenal now. And the Premier League title race is done and dusted, if you ask me, because this team is not going to lose many games. What a shame. Look at that gap again. Oh, and it's terrible. Who was that? Odegaard with a terrible pass back. De Bruyne gets it easily. the fear of Haaland means Holding stays that little bit too closer, looks to make that move across. But KDB is absolutely clinical. Passes it through his legs. He's passed two shots into the goal here. Oh, wanted a classic. What we're now seeing could well be a utter massacre. This could get really ugly. 3 big chances to 0. Yes, you're playing away from home. You've got to be more defensively strong, and that defensive strength can come through control and keeping the ball. That's what they should have done. That's what they haven't done. And Man City are far and away the better team here. Far and away. Shame. 5 saves from Ramsdale so far, and he's hurt apparently. Like Hugo Lloris, they're doing the Poznan. They're doing the Poznan. Of course they are. No shots on target, right? They've offered absolutely nothing going forward, really. Absolutely nothing. Is that going to work? No. Oh, God. They're going to smell blood here, Man City, and they do, and they're on their way now, and it's great play already. Oof. This could get really ugly. Oliver giving another foul to Arsenal. Do you know what this feels like? I think we see it a lot, and I use this analogy quite often. It's like when you've seen 2 boxers obviously not fight each other, make their way. And there's one guy who's a heavyweight, and everyone thinks this guy kind of on the up and up has got a chance, but he hasn't fought that guy just yet. That's what this feels like. I just feel like they're going down cul-de-sacs, Arsenal. Got to score really quickly here. Cross comes in. Could drop for them. Doesn't drop for them. Man City ready to block. They're trying to find a way to get a shot off. Zinchenko on the edge of the box. Oh, there's a block there. Is it a handball? Great defending from Man City. Is there a VAR check? Haaland, I felt like Haaland dipped a little bit towards it. Ooh! He does lean towards that. He leans towards that. It's not his silhouette isn't. It's not really out of his silhouette, but he does lean towards it. No. Corner comes in. It's just gone 3-0. They need a goal sharpish. But do you know what I mean in terms of him leaning towards the ball? Some people are saying, is it balls? It's his shoulder. It's his arm. It's this bit of his arm. Saka with the corner. Needs something sharpish. Back post party. And it's a foul. And it's going to be a long half hour for Arsenal here. Because the one thing I will say, I don't think... Well, it'd be interesting to see if Guardiola's ego stays out of the way, because he might want to absolutely destroy this lot. But if he's smart, he's got 5 substitutes and he should use them all. Get De Bruyne off. Xhaka and Grealish having a bit of afters there. Xhaka got him in a headlock. Do not touch the hair. Everyone knows that. Grealish does not like people touching their hair. Xhaka's trying to get himself a sending off here. It's the only way that Arsenal get back into this game. What are the other scores then? Oh, fuck's sake. Why does it always do that? Right, 2 changes. Who's that? Trossard. Brentford are 2-0 up against Chelsea. Wow. That is amazing stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Liverpool 2-1 up. Forest 3-1 up. Massive result for them. Great result for Newcastle as well. Because Brighton, probably one of the few challengers. Liverpool as well can obviously go on that run. I don't think that's not a bad night's work for Newcastle. Chelsea. Dear me. James, would you still play Grealish as a cam for England? No, I don't think you need to. You've got Saka on the right, and you can play Grealish on the left. Just let him do his thing. He's killing it. Saka got the ball now. It's just cul-de-sacs for Arsenal. They've got absolutely nothing to offer. Wow. Pumped. They're getting pumped. Chelsea haven't won since 11th of March. QPR have won since then. Amazing. Wow. Great result for Brentford. That's crazy stuff. Chelsea are poo. You fear about them financially as well. They need to make a lot of money. They're very fortunate they've got such a good academy. Pochettino, yeah. 3-0. We did say, didn't we? We did think it was going to be this one. Chelsea haven't got 40 points. You're right. I don't think you'll need 40 points. That's why they're lucky. But it's getting pretty bad for them. Bukayo Saka trying his best to create something. It's just not really happening at all. Are so funny. Mbeumo. I've got a bet with my mate that Mbeumo there won't be a bid worth 30 million for Mbeumo. And we made the bet about 18 months ago, something like that. And the cut-off point is the end of the summer. So I need no one to come in and offer 30 million or more. Is he worth 30 million? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Mbeumo's worth 30 million? Like, I know what his contract situation is. He just signed a new contract, which would mean that it would probably cost more if they wanted to sell him. But why would they give him a new contract? Because they want to keep him. So I think I'm safe because I don't think there'll be a bid. But do you think he's worth 30 million? I think it's actually getting a little bit closer now, but I just think his finishing ability is poop. Angelo, sure one up. Like that. Can't take. Man City are officially the best team in the Premier League, if not the world. Obviously, it's them or Real Madrid. The treble is on here, guys. The treble, the proper treble, is on. Who did Man City lose to in the League Cup? Zinchenko getting the ball to Jesus, running again. Great defending by Rodri. Grealish there, ready to make a tackle if he needs to. Grealish come on leaps and bounds in terms of the work rate that he's put in. I mean, he's always had the ability to play in central midfield, but Nathan Jones. Did I say Nathan Jones? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Nathan Jones, the League Cup. Sorry. I forgot what we were talking about. Everton will pay 30 million from Bremen, probably. How did Brentford... I think... Do you know what? That's a great question. How did Brentford beat this Man City team? They're very smart, first of all, Brentford. Just as importantly, I just think it's Man City when they're really feeling themselves. And also... It's Man City at their best. And what I mean by that is Guardiola manages the season. Poor pass again. Gabriel Jesus picked by Haaland. Haaland plays the ball over to Jack Grealish. Starts to make his way inside. Who does he want to get the ball to, though? Gets the ball to Ilkay Gundogan. He's going to have a go from distance, and that is probably one of the worst shots I've ever seen him take. But yeah, the macro management of Guardiola's Man City over the season, I think he knows how a season pans out. And when it gets to March, or February, he goes, right, best boys now. And you use your best boys. And look, if the FA Cup's there, you need to mix it up, you mix it up. Because you can, because you're probably playing Sheffield United. No disrespect to Sheffield United. But then in those league games where you've got to win, you've already got teams beaten because you're playing your best team every single week. Whereas in November, December, you're playing Rico Lewis. I'm not having a go at Rico Lewis, but Rico Lewis is not a starter for them right now. You're using the squad. You're letting people go on holiday for 3 weeks. He's so clever with that, and the use of his depth of his squad is so clever as well. Whereas this Arsenal team's had to go at it. And I wonder if there's an element of jadedness that kind of comes alongside the fact that they've not done this before. I think there's a calmness about this Man City team. George Williams, outside the current top 4, who would you award manager of the season? Great question. I mean, why outside the top 4? I think Arteta deserves a huge shout. Probably the answer really is, and I've said this all season long, Marco Silva. I think De Zerbi is up there as well. I think the thing with De Zerbi is the way they've played football has been amazing. But in terms of where you thought they'd finish and where they're at, Marco Silva deserves enormous credit. They are so... Everyone had him going down. Absolutely everyone had him going down. And they find themselves in... Where are they? 10th spot. I think deserves... They play great football. That Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, and then Eddie Howe's an amazing season. And Arteta, they have had an amazing... They are... Look how many points ahead of Liverpool they are. Emery's done brilliantly, but I think the thing I would say about Emery is that Emery has done unbelievably well. But he's not been there for the whole season, so I can't give him with that. Oh, look. This is interesting. Performance chart. Oh, it's just those two teams. Forget it. I think for the squad... I think this is what I mean. You've got to remember, for the squad you've got... how much better are they doing than what you expected? I think that Thomas Frank... I think you've got to give him a shout as well. I think the aesthetic of football isn't always brilliant. And that's why maybe you go towards Brighton, who have got 3 games on Brentford here. And if you think, say they win those two of those 3, they've got those. Where are they then? They're on 55 points then. They're in 5th. If they win those 2 games in hand. And they play wonderful football. So I would say Frank, Emery, I hear it. I'd chuck him in there. Fair enough. Arteta, you've got to go Arteta. What Arteta's created there is amazing. But again, they spent a lot of money. But for them to be nearly perfect for 30 games of the season, I think they were right up there as well. But no one saw Fulham being where they are at all. Gary O'Neill, I think, deserves huge credit. Lopetegui's done all right, but I don't think he's anywhere near it. Really, come on. He's just having a good bit of form right now. Yeah. I think I would... Do you know what? For the football played, I think actually maybe Brighton deserve it. Absolutely have loved Brighton this year. It's great. It's a video. It's a video. $20 minutes left or 22 minutes left. Hopefully not much added time because I'll be honest, the game's finished, isn't it? Just have a chat about other stuff, innit? Get your questions in. Let's keep going. Conte? Here's a question. James Worley, do you think QPR stay up? We need one more point. 2 games left, need one more point. I think we'll be fine. I think Rotherham are playing Cardiff. And also Huddersfield have got to play Reading last game of the season, which could be interesting. So what would be lovely is just go beat Stoke at the weekend. Job done. Just enjoy that last game. Odegaard, Pibbity Pop, Bukayo Saka. But again, it's like they know what they're going to do before they do it. Absolutely amazing, this Man City side defensively. Absolutely amazing. Bob Green. So if I get 3 borings in the chat, we move on to a new topic. That's what we do on our Patreon for Jaffin. Bob Green, what's something about parenting you didn't expect? Good question. I didn't know I could love something like this. Honestly, it still feels surreal to this day. Like, he's over a year old now. And I can't get my head around it. I think it's because I look like a child. I think that's part of it. So I struggle to get the idea that I'm a father. And I think maybe over time that will hit. Be interested to know if any other fathers in the chat, if that happens to them. But that's one thing. Another good thing, I spotted it quite early, but it is really tough. You spend your whole life in stress positions. So like if you're holding your kid, they're sort of there. Or if you've got to bend down and pick something, it's really difficult. Or if you're holding them out here. So like you're always in a stress position. You know when I watch DIY SAS Who Dares Wins? It's a bit like that. And the lack of sleep is every day. Like you never get a line. You'd never ever get a line. Like fact. I am up at 6:22 every day. Crazy, don't bloody sleep till 7. Well, but it's so. I was saying to Nabaid, like your tiredness. Say this is like your life of tiredness, right? Your tiredness goes from here to here in life. You're like, oh, that's what tired is, right? But your level of joy day to day goes from here, where it was before, to like off the charts. It's crazy. Do you know what I saw? Homes Under the Hammer that popped on for a second the other day. And Dion Dublin's good. Dion Dublin is good what he does. Being a Scot, do you have a Scottish team? Brecon City. That's my team. I quite like Hearts as well. I like the kit. And my first ever game was Brecon Hearts. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for Hearts. I used to like Rangers before this season. And Mick Beale broke my heart. Haaland's unbelievable. Do you know what? Go through that Man City side. They've all been fantastic. Grealish belongs now. I think he believes that he belongs now, you know. That's the big thing. TC, great point. I went to Scotland the other week. It's beautiful. Scotland is so much prettier than you would imagine. That sounds harsh, but like, go to Isle of Skye. I couldn't believe it when we went there. It's the most beautiful place. It's ridiculous. I don't know why we're not aware of this. Probably because we've got the major cities and you just see that. Scotland is insanely beautiful. Who's the most underrated player on this Man City pitch? Oh, question. Twig it with a super chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Who's the most underrated player on that pitch? Probably Rob Holding. Right? Akanji's got to be up there because you don't really talk about him. Grealish loving a little bit of afters today. Woo. There have been one or two little flashpoints. That's correct commentary. Grealish has been involved a lot, but he's always kind of just about kept it together. If you have a bit of... Oh, forget it. I watched Dundee United once as well. Had a bridie, which is a pie. Oh. Grealish was so overrated he became underrated. Do you think it's fair to say that Arsenal bottled the league when 99% of people wouldn't have even said we were getting top 4 this season, let alone us fighting till this point against City? It's a great question. It's a great question. Have Arsenal bottled the league here? I said a while ago, it won't be about this game. Arsenal won't lose the league in this game. They'll lose the league elsewhere. And Man City will win it or lose it. Again, not with this game. I never saw Man City not winning this game of football. What I thought might occur, and we saw it in November or December, whenever it was, when they're having a little bit of a wobble, Man City, is their inability to beat the other guys. And again, we might see that. We might see that. Look, the thing to remember as well, remember when Man City won that title with Aguero, the Aguero goal and all that? Man United were in the driving seat. A Man United side that had won title after title after title after title after title. And then they lost a couple of games and put it back in and gave Man City a chance. So the title race isn't over today. I think the problem we will all see is that logically we go, this Man City side, you can't see them dropping many points at all. But they could do. Easily they could do. Arsenal are still ahead, as Rob Turner says. Absolutely. In terms of where they were and how good they've been, I think the Southampton game is there's an element of bottling there, for sure. The Liverpool game, Liverpool are a very, very good side, playing at home, away from home, it being 2-2. The West Ham game, very disappointing as well. But that's one game. The problem is, bottling it, for me, means that you've got to be in a position where it's so easy to... Do you know what's bottling it? Here's bottling it. Let's make it golf, right? Golf, Jean van der Velde, you might Google him. Okay, he basically had to get a 6, I think, to win the Open, British Open. 6. And these are professional players, right? I think it's 6. Let's say it's 6, right? All he needed was a 6. And generally you'll get, a par, 4, right? He hit it wide, then hit it in the water, then hit it somewhere else, and then 3-putted. That's bottling it. For Arsenal had to get to 90 points minimum, probably 95 points, time will tell, to win this league. I think, this is my new rule, I think, when it comes to the Premier League. I think if you're a team, and here's a good stat for you, in the last 5 seasons, Arsenal, the best they've done in terms of being points off the leaders at the end of the season is 24 points. All right? I would suggest that if you have to get over 93 points to win a Premier League, and you still get, let's say, 85, because obviously Arsenal need to continue to do well, and they've got a lot of games to play, a lot of tough games. They've got Newcastle, they've got Chelsea, they've got Brighton. But if they don't get to 85 points plus, or what would be seen as a fair amount, let me have a look at that. What's a fair amount for... I don't know if this will be correct or not, right? I don't know when this was done. Since 95, 96. Here you go. How many points? Free kick, by the way, for Arsenal. I'll have a look at this. Saka, what are you saying? You want to make it interesting? That's a great example. Saka just trying a little bit too hard. Not really the belief there to sort of chill and hit it right. No, I don't want that. When it comes to bottling it or how many points you need, right? So where are we? In a 38-game season, to win the Premier League, each season picks up 87 points. Here we go. So I think a fair thing is that if you get 87 points, if Arsenal get to 87 points, it's not bottling. That feels fair to me. Look at these last few seasons. 93, 86, 99, 98, 100, 93. But prior to that, like in the normal world, it was 81. It was a lot less. I think certainly if they get to 90 points, which I don't think they will, but if they get to 90 points, then they haven't bottled it. But again, if you think of what they did last year, to jump up to 85 points is a huge success. The reason we talk about this time and again is because you can't have a real answer on it. And the truth, like most things in life, is that they bottled it a little bit. They bottled the game against Southampton. And if they'd won that game convincingly, and the West Ham game, if they win those two games, they go into this game, it's a very, very different game. Very, very different game. But if they get themselves to 87 points and lose to Man City, you get 90 odd, that's not bottling it for me, I'll be honest. But I think that's a good barometer for us forever. 87 points. If you get 87 points, that is on average enough to win a Premier League title, and you haven't bottled it. That's what I would say. What are we saying? Oh, Twidget's back. Hello, mate. Thank you very much. It's a very generous super chat. I'll try again with a chat. I am a gunner, but I'm shocked how big of a difference between these two teams. It's men versus boys. Are you surprised the gap is this big? Am I surprised? I think what's happened is, over the last 3-4 weeks, last month, their trajectory has gone like that. Whereas Arsenal were running hot, weren't they? And Man City were like that. And so they were kind of going in the other direction. But in the last month, both with points and more importantly, performances and goals conceded, you know, let's talk about that. This will be 10 goals in 4 games. Is that right? That's too many. That's way too many. And I am surprised by the difference. But again, it comes back, it's almost like a box that, you know, it is a fight. But they needed to be in a better position going into the game. Beat Southampton, they're in a better position. You know, beat West Ham, they're in a better position against teams that you're clearly better than. But yeah, I am surprised. But what I think Guardiola's done so brilliantly here with this Man City team is he's completely changed their outlook. Their physical outlook. They're such a big side now. I know I go on it about a lot. It's such a big team. I wish I could see the average height of their team. I bet their average height. I'll search that. I bet the average height of this is right up there. Okay, we might have it. Shortest and tallest centre backs, that is. Forget that. I think this is from a while back. When's this from? This feels like it's a while ago. Yeah. By average height. The shortest and tallest Premier League players. And that's not what I want. I bet they're up there, is what I'm trying to say. Like, how can it not be? Everton have the tallest average height. Crystal Palace, Tottenham. When is this? August 2022. Maybe they're not up there then. Making up the other top 10. Not in there. Interesting. Maybe I'm talking nonsense. Maybe I'm a liar. I feel like they've got a big team there who could affect the game, especially with Haaland in there now. I am surprised by it. I am surprised by this gap because of how good Arsenal have been. But if you think about Arsenal kind of last year in good form, you could imagine this happening, couldn't you? Simon Oliver, Jim, your channel is the first thing I look at when I get home from work. Oh, mate, that's amazing. The content has been so great this season. Thank you, mate. Trying to elevate it. Trying to elevate it. Got lots of ideas for the summer and trying to find a way to make it better again. It's tough, I'll be honest. It's like hard because you've got to kind of play the algorithm game, and sometimes you don't want to do that. But I'm gonna try and keep you guys interested and keep having fun and keep trying to find insightful stuff. So I really appreciate that, Simon. Hopefully you're having a good time with it, mate. And that's your first super chat, so that means a lot, mate. I'm honoured. Big win for Forest. Hugh Izzy did it. I can't do this anymore. Did he? That's brilliant. Can someone clip that up and send it to me? Sorry, Hugh. It's not a dig at you. It's a joke we have on the Jaffin podcast. But I love it. I can't do this anymore. I mean, if he has actually done that, I mean, again, look, I guess he's used to winning titles. Guardiola's obviously got this thing where he kneels down to the football gods when it's a corner to the opposition. Yes, and Catherine, and have a break too. Keeping an eye on me, Catherine. Oh, we got a goal! Rob Holding, yes! Go on, Rob. Shut up, all of you. He's a goal-scoring machine. It's not over. It's not fucking over. Come on. Imagine Rob Holding scores a hat-trick. 3-3. We're still going. It's not over, lads. It's not bloody over. 85 minutes. Smart finish by Rob Holding. That is correct. May your apologies be as loud as your disrespect. I agree. Great finish from Rob Holding. Like prime De Bruyne there. Really good. Just bent it in that corner, didn't he? That's what Partey should have done in the first half. What a player. What a player he is. See, you're concentrating on the wrong things. Concentrating on defending. He's a goal-scoring machine, this lad. Come on. Come on. As Joel would say. That's amazing. Josh, I just saw your that's hilarious. Josh just Liverpool game. Title decider. Dick out. James Allcott. Thank you. Well, that's getting a retweet, my friend. Great work. Can we get 3-2 and make this exciting? I would like that a lot. I would like that a lot. Come on. Oh, great little step over from Trossard there. A little foul there. Can we pump this in the box? Rodri kicking the ball away petulantly. Starting to lose their way a little bit, Man City here. Rattled. A little bit rattled, I'll be honest. Finn, hey Jimbo, love the content. What do you think about Poch to Chelsea? And can we see Hugh Izzy on the pod? On the Ripple Effect. It's a good idea. Yeah. I haven't spoken to Hugh in ages. Absolutely ages. But he's got one of the best voices on YouTube, I would say. So yeah, man, why not? I think what I will do as well over the summer is the content on the channel might calm down just for a month, but the Ripple Effect will continue. So hopefully we can keep that moving because I think the Ripple Effect's class. I really do. I think if we can, the bigger it can be, the better the guests we can get. I know people say that a lot, but I'm actually realizing it's incredibly true. So yeah, if you guys haven't followed it yet, that would be massive for me because, as I say, the more successful it is, the more I can go, can we get this guy on? Can we get that guy on? Can we get Ian Wright on? Can we go and chat to Premier League players? Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the super chat, Finn. Appreciate it. Fergal, my boy. Arsenal going to have the exact same season as United under Ollie. Ollie got sacked 4 months later. Feels different, I'll be honest. a final warning for Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey had been a few little scraps, hasn't he? On the pitch. 89 minutes. They still look comfortable. Oh, my word, by the way. Did anyone say 3-1? Allcott did. Huh? I forgot to pick that up in a minute. Big Nige and Ripple Effect. Yes, please. 5 minutes. It's not over. Come on. Let's have a classic. Can we have a classic, please? That's all we want, guys. Can't see it happening. Can't see it happening. The attacking players for Arsenal have been poor. But they haven't touched the ball, have they? Question for you all in the chat. Have Arsenal been woeful or have Man City been excellent? Have Man City been excellent or have Arsenal been woeful? I wanted to say it both ways, just so you didn't go one way. I want use your own brain. What do you think? I'm intrigued to know. Harry Redknapp on the Ripple Effect would be good. Yeah. Very good. Can someone do me a favour and chuck the Ripple Effect link in the chat for me? And if you guys haven't done a rating for me, that would be real. As I say, better it does, the better people I can get. And we can have some amazing conversations. I've got so many different ideas of tweaking that concept of the Ripple Effect. Can we see Jim? Mate, I can't do FM saves anymore. I have not got the time at all. You have no idea. You have no idea how mental it is now. Neil Warnock on the Ripple Effect would be hilarious. It'd be amazing. Because so what I could do with like those, if we could do interviews at some point, is a bit like the process, a little bit, I guess. The ripple effect of moments in your career, right? And what we would try and do, what I would like to do, is really find quite obscure ripple effects. Not like the obvious big games that you would look for. Try and drill deeper, and then you'll kind of get a different kind of insight from these people, because it won't be the same questions that you always hear. Tweak the nipple effect, indeed. FJC legend, thank you, mate. Don't worry, Catherine. Don't worry. Question for Catherine: Do you think you couldn't Europa? Can you sneak Europa? What's that, 6th you've got to be, haven't you, for a Europa League, right? 6th for Villa? What's your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th? Or 6th Conference League? What's Conference League? 7th? Oh, when we're away, Mahrez with the ball on the counter-attack. Haaland drifting away from him. Can he find him? He's probably going to go on his own. I think he's probably even going to go to the corner. That is absolute crap from Mahrez. I don't know what he's even doing. Great tackle. So many interceptions. We should have a look at that, actually. Double the amount of interceptions from Man City there. Wow. Did everyone answer the question when I was saying... Oh, you did, didn't you? Arsenal woeful. City have made them terrible. Arsenal have been woeful. City are just excellent, I think. City are excellent. Partey very lucky not to be in prison. yeah. Man City has been incredibly good. I think generally feeling City, aren't we? Look at Haaland with his hair out. True Viking. How good is Succession, by the way, everyone? How good is that? Barry G. Liverpool fan from Maryland, USA. Love the Ripple Effect. My guy. I'm a huge Bill Simmons fan. Mate, no, I haven't interacted with Bill yet, but that is a dream. And Chris Ryan. Chris Ryan's coming back on. Yeah, Chris Ryan's going to be... We're going to do one in May, middle of May. He's a Liverpool fan as well, as you know, probably. And I've been listening to him do the Watch, his podcast, talking about, what was I going to say? Oh, Haaland. Oh, and he's done it without his ponytail. Look at that mane as he runs on with his hair out like a rocker. Wow, 4-1, and my prediction's in the mud. Look at him with his mental hair. Wow. He should play without his hair tied up more. 4-1. Slapped. Absolutely slapped. Let's watch this one. See what's gone wrong here. Levels. Wow. 49 goals. Great touch. Is that meant, that little part? Foden. They get a little bit of luck. That's unfortunate, to be fair. Look at that. There's got to be a great picture there. Haaland with his long hair is class. That's really unlucky for Arsenal, to be honest. $14 behind Dixie Dean's 63. Look at that hair. And that's it. What a victory for Man City. And they've absolutely spanked them here. Absolutely destroyed them. Wow. Jaffin tomorrow will be interesting. We're recording at 10. I'm not sure when I'm going to put it out. Might put it out in the afternoon. See if I can just get it out there for you guys. Oh, and it's kicking off again. Ben White and Bernardo Silva. Ooh, bit of interesting stuff here. All feels a bit weak, I'll be honest. Come on, someone nut someone. I love the way Haaland walks like that. Blown away. Absolutely blown away. Both myself and Arsenal. Woo! Right. I'm going to do my post-match now, and then I'm going to cut it up and put it up again. Because I think we spoke about a lot of the key elements of the game at half-time. So we could use that, maybe. Is that easier? Yeah. Right. So, I'll tell you what. People in the chat, man of the match, get them in the chat. Intrigued to know. Second half, more of the same. Totally confident, competent. Found it very, very easy in the end of it all, to be honest, didn't they? Hang on. What's going on? Let's get that clock on. Has Eze just scored? Come on. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do my own little thing. And I'm going to put it up. And that'll be my match reaction. Guys. Because we want to keep it nice and neat. Thank you so much for watching this live stream, guys, and spending it with me. I know you could have gone to pitch side. You could have gone to the club. You could have gone every bloody where. But you spent the evening with me. I really, really appreciate it. Video on Trent coming out tomorrow, I think. Jaffin out maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. Dream Teams with West Brom coming up as well. And so much more. And yeah, Ultimate Squad Builder, Premier League. That's maybe next week. Trying to figure it all out. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. If you are new to the channel and you want to be part of this community, Catherine, if you are kind enough, could you just pop in a link to the Discord server? We've got a great Discord server with wonderful people who help me every single day picking the titles of my videos and so much more. Yeah. Right, guys, have a great evening. Commiserations, Arsenal fans. Congratulations, Man City fans. Subscribe.